Hey guys, welcome back to Fourth Wall Reactions. Today I am checking out more Jessica Jones. This is episode 9. Last episode, I know that tons of stuff happened, but the biggest thing is that Salinger murdered Dorothy. Trish's mom is gone. I was never the biggest fan of Trish's mom, but mostly I was not a fan of what she did as far as Trish was concerned as a mother. As a character, she was a whole lot of fun. You know, she was crazy, but, she was very entertaining, and she was a very, she brought a certain, how do I say it? Energy. She brought a certain energy to this crew. Jessica tends to be very dark and dismal and Dorothy tends to be very chipper even when being like, what? But she is no more. And the last we saw of Trish, she was just about to kill Salinger, and honestly, kind of okay with that, but I don't think she will because we have a few more episodes to go. Damn it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get back to this. I'm gonna check it out.
I need to get you out of here. Is he dead? Oh, he's unconscious.
Damn it.
He's losing a lot of blood. The NYPD.
Oh no.
If you killed him, then you're the bad guy. Let's go.
I'm okay with that.
He's got a pulse. Need a medic up here.
Too bad. Sorry.
She's dead. We're gonna get through this.
I mean, even as horrible as the things that Trish's mom did to her throughout her life, at the end of the day, she's still her mom.
I was strong way before I gave a shit. You gave a shit long before you were even strong. You are who you are because of Dorothy. I've got to give her that.
For better or worse.
Who face assault charges, and the attack on Salinger will be viewed as attempted murder. They'll put you away.
Salinger was careful. So far, the scene is clean.
That's what I thought.
It was personal. An attack on Mrs. Walker is an attack on you.
I know.
Salinger nearly died.
Good.
He said it was that masked vigilante. She clawed him. The hairs we found on Sylvie's body are on their way to the lab. He's done unless she gets in our way.
How's it playing out?
Turn on WJBP News.
Oh, God. Is this gonna be Jerry?
You may recognize this woman.
Wait, what?
What? Did Salinger ID me? That's what I need to find out.
I mean, they were in a very dark apartment, and that photo was like the professional lighting. He was a freak with cameras. Did he have it like set up for that?
Just so sorry about your mom.
That's right. I mean,
Trish needs your help.
Tell me where she is.
No. Sorry, but no. Oh, look at him. Such a shame.
Patient is due upstairs in plastic surgery.
Admitting told me to get him settled at 8:23.
Get up with the charge nurse. I'll get him back up.
Nobody tells me anything.
My little portrait really captured her rage, didn't it?
I can't with
It was
him.
supposed to be you. I was trying to capture your true nature.
You don't want to see my true nature.
I've already had a peek. You're scared of losing her. So you're going to destroy any evidence on Nathan Silva's body that can be traced back to me.
No.
That
No.
picture. Because you have no choice.
There has to be a way around that.
I need research on the NYPD crime lab in Jamaica, Queens.
Jillian's like, bye.
Schematics.
I quit.
I'm not surprised.
This really isn't a good time. A person of empathy would get that.
I'm so sorry about Dorothy. She was a force. She's got no comment, asshole.
Is it Eric?
First.
Burger Boy?
Let's see what we can find in the crime lab in Jamaica.
Oh, good girl.
Your timing blows. I can't let him get away with it, but I won't let her pay the price.
What would she say?
She'd sacrifice everything. I won't let her do it.
Are you good
I'm sorry,
at your job?
I was going to say
Yes.
no, but she is good at her
Very.
job.
She's too proud to come to you.
Well, the only thing she did wrong was marry an embezzler.
You know,
He's also a very disturbed man.
My mom's lawyer said that Dimitri won't back off.
Well, then she needs a new lawyer.
ugh, that's such a bad idea because she's so compromised.
Don't hurt her.
Too late.
More. Don't hurt her more. Please.
You gonna use your super strength on me?
You gonna make me?
Muscle for a blackmailer. It's not exactly the hero kid wants on his lunchbox.
A clear path of entry, in and out, with no trace.
Yeah, sure. Sure, I'll just march you right in the front door.
You will.
Hey, you're square, you fixie.
Oh, oh no. No, 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 no.
Be at the lab's loading dock at 2:45. Stupid showing your face to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's still at it. I can feel it. It's worse than before. I could have stopped him. But instead, I took his money and I pissed it away on a card game.
Well, it's not too late to change.
I'm so sorry. I know you probably blame yourself. It's not your fault, Trish.
What?
I know.
Trish doesn't blame herself for anything.
Salinger did this. No.
You haven't returned my calls.
I don't want to talk to you.
I love you. I never stopped. I did what I did for you.
5 years later, and you're still a selfish manipulator. Every decision, every tiny duplicitous act is always about Jerry Hogarth and no one else.
I regret my part in his death, but I would do it again because I goddamn love you.
And that every single thing that she said was about Jerry, 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 Jerry.
I did do the right thing once, after I got it. My power. I came home from college. And the first person I saw was my dad. And I nearly puked from the darkness coming off of him. Thinking about how my dad used to stay up late at night, helping Bree with her homework. Locked in a room,
No.
father-daughter time.
No. Oh, God.
And the day they took him away, my mother overdosed on
Ugh.
pills. And Brianna.
Oh, my God.
So that was the first and the last time I used my power for so-called good.
I love those two together. I cannot believe Jessica is going through with this. Don't do it. At least save it. And tell him you destroyed it. Not happy with this.
Has it changed? My aura, whatever.
You're still you.
Yes,
It's done.
then so are we.
I didn't trust the murderous cop. I don't trust you either. Look at his face. Ha ha ha.
Make things right.
You want me to absolve you for the fact that my mother died because you're a goddamn killer.
Excuse you.
I can take a hit when it's righteous.
You don't deserve my forgiveness.
I know.
Salinger wanted me to destroy the evidence that proved he killed Nathan Silva.
No.
It was
No,
the only
no,
way
no.
to protect you.
I told you I didn't care that I would go to jail. All that matters is nailing Salinger.
It's already done. He tortured
And killed her.
I had to make a decision. Destroy him or save you. I choose you every day.
The security footage of the masked woman in the file room was doctored by me. And this is the missing footage in which you'll see me when I caught her breaking in. I quit.
You're fired.
He said it first.
Zaya has nothing to do with this.
Why should I believe that? Why should I believe anything that you say?
I thought about unmasking a woman who, for all of her flaws, is at least trying to be a hero, while you protected a man. No, while we protected a man who carves people up for sport. I'm out.
Good for Malcolm.
You know who she is.
It's Costa. The hair we found on Nathan Silver's body is gone.
What do you mean, gone?
Accident at the lab.
I cannot look at this.
Screwed by. I've been placed on leave, effective tomorrow.
That's bullshit.
Bodies were piling up. Serial killer kept slipping through the cracks. Department needed a fall guy. I've taken your side when maybe I shouldn't have, because maybe we're friends.
I don't have a lot of friends.
Except ones who wear masks. I'm glad she's still out there. She tried to do what I couldn't.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
You mind? We have the legal right to search the premises.
For what?
It's in the warrant. Tell us about your recent run-in with Officer Carl Nussbaumer.
The conversation, not a run-in. Wait, Nussbaumer is the homicide?
That's Officer Nussbaumer. 20-year decorated vet, beaten to death. We think it was personal.
Can you account for your whereabouts last night, Miss Jones?
Hey. Alright guys, let's talk about it. As you can see, costume change, different day. I wasn't able to record my post-episode thoughts right after the episode. And actually that's kind of good because it gave me some time to think about what it was that bugged me about Jessica's decision to do what she did. And this is not going to be a vent fest or a complaint. I mean, there were a lot of good things about the episode. But I was baffled why she was so quick to agree to destroy the evidence that would put him away. And I understand that they laid this out. He has a picture of Trish, wonderfully lit, and ready to go. He can expose her. He can charge her with assault. She can go to jail, go to the special people's jail, if you destroy this evidence. And on the surface, that makes sense. And I remember I kept saying, oh, there has to be something else, some other way. And I think, taking a step back and looking at it, here's my thing. Here are a couple of things to consider that make this decision not so clear cut. First of all, if Trish went to jail, if she was convicted, she would be convicted of assault, not murder. She did not kill Salinger. Now, she killed Jessica's mom, but nobody knows she killed Jessica's mom, and that's not what this would have been about. So, as far as they knew, that was the vigilante. She attacked him. She can go to jail for assault. I'm guessing it is not as they wouldn't have put her away for life, right? So it's not like Jessica would have been losing her permanently. I mean, nobody wants to go to jail, but let's bear with me. So if that had happened and they had kept the evidence intact, and Salinger would have gone to jail, he committed murder. They can't prove that he killed Trish's mom and Jessica's mom, actually, adopted mom. And there's no evidence on those other bodies. There may have been cold cases had they run the DNA. They said, oh, you're sloppy your first time out. I don't know that he would then have become so good at it, like that he had to have had slip-ups at some point. I'm sure there are cold cases along the way, right? Before he got so good at hiding his tracks. It's a possibility that is not explored. Also, on the other hand, there's circumstantial evidence. Even though that doesn't hold up in court, you can see from what happened with Jerry. They're not tying Peter's suicide back to her and all this information that she released and everything, but because he did this confessional on video, even though he can't prove anything, she's taken a huge hit. And in the same way, if Salinger had been convicted of the original murder with the DNA, and, Trish is up for assault, well, it's because her mother had just been killed. And even though he was clean about it, there's a lot of circumstantial, I feel like people would draw those conclusions. Because why this unprovoked attack? Well, I mean, her mother was just murdered. And the person she attacked was just convicted for a murder and is alleged to have committed others. So I just don't know that this blackmail from him was so airtight that Jessica had no other option. Right? Now, having said that, emotion overrides logic in many situations. And that alone can explain Jessica's decision. But it just seemed like not the best, most airtight blackmail situation. And I just feel like it was entered into very quickly. It's like, there's more to this. But now, granted, they also did not know that Jerry had zoomed in and seen that it was Trish breaking and entering. So there could have been even more charges for Trish that would have made for a worse sentence. Still not as much as if she had murdered somebody other than Jessica's mom. But, more charges nonetheless. And also, I am not really sure what Jerry's going to do with that information. She could use it to prosecute Trish or to out Trish or whatever she's going to do with it. She could very well hang on to it to use over Trish, because that would be a very Jerry thing to do. So it's possible that Trish wouldn't have faced those charges as well. I don't know. So that's my whole spiel about the blackmail and Jessica's decision to do what she did. If you're looking at it from an emotional standpoint, sure, it makes sense. If you're looking at it like I am, not, one of the characters, but just as a viewer, it just seems like there were other things, other considerations that you could have done. So it's my take. So I often forget that Dorothy was also Jessica's mom, adopted mother. I think because they did not have a good relationship, it's very easy to forget that. And even if they didn't have the best relationship with it, I mean, her last interaction was Dorothy helping her and then saying how proud she was of both her girls. This has to sting, even for Jessica. Of course, I feel awful for Trish. I do find it fascinating that Trish, having killed, executed even, assassinated Jessica's mother to save Jessica, which is how she saw it, and then attacking Salinger, understandably so, after finding her own mother murdered, and yet not killing him. I find that interesting. I'll put a pin in it and continue to mull that over. But that's a very interesting decision. Trish is either growing or... Yeah, that's interesting. A little nervous to see Kith back interacting with Jerry. I mean, I think her eyes are somewhat open, but she's also emotionally compromised. So I don't know how this is going to go. Jerry seems to believe all of her own BS. I think Jerry is convinced that she was actually so concerned with that it was all about Kith. I did all these things for you. I think Jerry only ever operates out of what's good for Jerry. Whether she admits that or not, I don't know. Her speech to Kith was just peppered with so much about, her and what she was feeling, and not really like an outpouring of, well, how was Kith? I don't know. Jerry's a puzzle. But I do think she is in harm's way because of her involvement with Salinger, and now Kith might be in harm's way. I just don't know where that's going to go. So, Now, Eric, this whole thing about the cop being killed, the one that helped Jess get into the lab. And to remind the audience of who that was, they showed a clip of Eric roughing up the cop. If you just wanted to remind us of the cop, what who we are referring to, you could have shown a clip of Jessica interacting with the cop. But they specifically showed the moment where Eric interacted with him, roughed him up. So I don't know what that's telling us. Is it telling us that Eric did something super shady? Is he setting up Jessica? Is he working with Salinger after all? I don't think that's the case, because earlier on, I was very suspicious of Eric. My spidey sense was like, ooh. But when he was captured and held by Salinger, and it was just the two of them, we had this long scene where you could see that they are strangers to each other, more or less, like they're not working together. So I don't know what that clip is implying, if anything. So I'm curious about that. I really hope Eric turns out to be the good guy that I think he is. And I hope nothing happens to him, but I can see either scenario happening. He turns out to be bad somehow, or compromised somehow, or he's totally good, knight in shining armor, and they're gonna kill him somehow. And bless Costa's heart. I love that guy. Even in the face of being put on leave and time off and being in danger and all this stuff, he's still supportive. He still has hope. Ugh. He's probably gonna die. Alright guys, that's about it for me today. I continue to be bewildered about this season of Jessica Jones, but I am on episode 9, going on episode 10, so I'm in it for the long haul. We're going to finish this up and see where we land. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching this with me. If you enjoyed the reaction, please feel free to give it a like, a share, and a subscribe. Full reactions on Patreon, and be sure to join me for episode 10. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.